Hey ladies, welcome back to another video with me, Cleopatra. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you the confidence blueprint to help you step into visibility with confidence. So if you are a woman who is ready to be seen, you're ready to launch your voice, your value, and your presence online with full confidence, then I want to give you these 5 tips that I say is my confidence blueprint to step into visibility. So I stepped into visibility about 3 years ago. And I was a person who was afraid to be seen, afraid to show up, and I decided to start using my voice. These are the tips that I use to help me launch myself, and I still use these tips to this very day. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first part of my confidence blueprint is gaining clarity in what you want to be known for. So I'm going to break this up in 3 parts of what you want to be known for. The first part we're going to start with is how would you like to be perceived energetically? Okay, because this plays a huge part in terms of how you are going to communicate. Alrighty, so we communicate not just with our words, but we also communicate with our energy. We communicate with our body language. We communicate with our tone as well. All right. So when I say, how would you like to be perceived energetically? I mean, how do you want to make people feel when they are listening to you, when they are experiencing you, when they are listening to your voice or watching you online? How would you like for them to feel? Would you like for them to feel happy? Would you like for them to feel excited? Would you like for them to be serious and, like in it with you? Like, how would you like for them to experience you? What is the aura that you would like to give off? Do you want to give off an aura of radiance? Do you want to give off an aura of being feminine? Do you want to give off an aura of being warm? Do you want to give off an aura as being playful? Like, what is the aura that you would like to give off? Also, what is the character that you want to have, right? Do you want them to see you as someone who is trustworthy? Do you want them to see you as someone who is authentic, who is honest? Do you want them to see you as someone who is valuable? Right? The personality that you want to give off. So this is part of your presence. Okay. So how would you like to be received energetically? This is a huge part, especially if you want to launch your voice, because energy tends to speak before you do. Energy actually carries more than your words carry. And so I want you to think really carefully about how you want to be perceived energetically. And so the second part of gaining clarity and what you want to be known for is getting crystal clear on how you want to be perceived visually. Alrighty. So this is very important because appearance communicates. How you show up as communicates. Your appearance matters. So how do you want people to perceive you visually? Do you want to be perceived as well put together? Do you want to be perceived as someone who is beautiful, someone who is fashionable, someone who is vibrant, someone who is bright, someone who is mysterious, someone who is glowing, someone who is very dark, someone who is very reserved, relaxed? Like, how do you want to be perceived visually? Okay, because appearance speaks. Again, your words only carry 7% of your communication. Your body language and your tone of voice carries everything else, and also your appearance. So appearance is a part of how you communicate. And so this is very, very, very important. You want to get clear on how you want to be perceived visually, because when you start showing up, then you are going to hold yourself accountable, live in integrity, and be like, okay, this is how I want to show up. This is how I want to dress. This is how I want to be presented. I want to be a pleasurable experience for the people who are watching me. Okay. And so the third thing that you want to get clear on, and what you want to be known for, is the words that you want to be known for. So when I decided to step into visibility, I knew that I wanted to be known for the words confidence, self-esteem, self-image. So what I decided to do was that every piece of content that I started creating was all about confidence, self-esteem, self-image. The first podcast that I created was called Becoming Confidence: Journey to Building Healthy Self-Esteem. I got super crystal clear on what I wanted to be known for so that I can fully rebrand myself, fully reinvent myself. This is an amazing way for you to fully reinvent yourself and rebrand yourself, to be known for something that you want to be known for, to completely change your identity, how you see yourself. This is why I love visibility, because it's a great way to do that. So let's go ahead and get into the second part of my confidence blueprint that's going to help you launch your voice, your value, and your presence online with confidence. So the second part in my confidence blueprint is getting clarity in what you want to say. Clarity in what you want to say is very, very important. This requires you to understand and know what is your unique voice, to know what is your unique message, to know what is your personal experience, what is your wisdom, what is your skill sets. Having this is going to help you get online and understand the value that you bring. And when you can get clear on this, guess what? You tap into your unique voice. You also own your presence. Your presence, being clear and confident and knowing what you want to say, is going to help you show up with more confidence. It's going to help you show up with a posture of confidence and owning what you want to say. It's going to help you show up in leadership. It's going to help you show up as a woman who people should listen to, as a woman that has value, as a woman who has importance to say. So when you get clear on this, because it's very hard to show up confidently and really own your presence and really own your voice when you actually don't know what to say. Okay, so what I want you to do is just go ahead and get clear on your message. Get crystal clear on what it is that you want to say. What is your personal experience? You're the only one who has your personal experience. You're the only one who has your unique wisdom. You're the only one who has your vision. You're the only one who has your ideas, right? And so this is going to help you. Your unique perspective, your unique voice, it was going to help you step into confidence, step into visibility with confidence consistently over time. And so the third part of my confidence blueprint to help you step into visibility, to launch your voice, your value, and your presence confidently is, this is one of my favorite things. I use this almost every single day. I tell this to myself almost every single day. Okay, is to see yourself as a gift, to have true belief in yourself as a gift. This right here, life changing. It is going to be life changing to you, to help you step into confidence, to help you step into visibility with confidence. Because here's why. When you can believe that you yourself are a gift, guess what? Then you are going to show up again with the presence of, I am a gift, I am valuable. You are going to believe that people want to hear from you. You're going to want to believe, you are going to believe that what you say matters, that your message matters, that your wisdom matters, that your knowledge matters, that someone needs to hear you. So your presence, your value, your voice is a gift. I use this in multiple areas of my life, but my business, my visibility is one of the most powerful ways that I use it because it helps me if results aren't showing up how I want them to show up. It helps me get out of me and into helping others. How am I a gift? Me showing up as a gift. It also helps me take my experiences, take the negative experiences, take the positive experiences, and instead of being a victim, transmute it. How can I use this experience as a gift? How can I take this heartbreak and use it as a gift to someone else? How can I take the lessons I learned from my failure and use it as a gift to someone else? How can I help someone else through this? What content can I create from this? So you seeing yourself as a gift, oh my gosh, is going to help you show up confidently. Okay, it's going to help you feel like you belong. It's going to help you feel like you belong and that you are worthy of taking up space. A lot of times women don't like, we don't show up simply because we feel like we won't be accepted. We feel like we won't belong. But when you can see yourself as a woman who is a gift, meaning that you are a woman who is of high value, right? You carry value from your lived wisdom, from your experiences, from your knowledge. You carry that wisdom from your skill sets. You're a woman of importance, that what you have to say matters, your unique perspective, your unique message, your presence. Your presence is a gift, right? And so anytime that you may have doubt about the things that you have to say, is this good enough? And you're questioning this, one person, you are a gift to one person. That's what matters the most, is you are a gift to one person. So see yourself truly as a gift. Develop that belief, internalize that belief, and you will be consistently able to step into visibility with confidence. You'll be consistently able to launch your value every time you show up, to show up with a presence of, I'm important, I have something valuable to say, someone needs to hear this, someone will receive this, someone will thrive from this. You are a gift. And so let's go ahead and get into the fourth part of my confidence blueprint to help you step into visibility and launch your voice, your value, your presence with confidence. Okay. So number 4 is to build self-trust. Can you trust yourself enough to be consistent, to be committed? If you can trust yourself to be consistent, to be committed, you can absolutely step into visibility confidently. Here's the thing. A lot of times people don't do something, they don't show up because they don't trust themselves enough to stay committed, right? So can you trust yourself enough that you are going to be committed through the journey of visibility, through the journey of learning your voice, of learning your value, of mastering your presence? Can you trust yourself enough? Because honestly, inconsistency is one of the major things that kills confidence when you are shown up in visibility. Anytime that I've taken like a few months break from creating content and I showed up again, oh my gosh, I can literally feel the lesser confident version of me showing up. Like my voice is a little bit different, my presence is a little bit different, my energy, right? And so it happens. It can happen. So can you trust yourself to be consistent, to be committed? Okay. Can you trust yourself to live in integrity? This is a huge part because if it's sometimes scary to hold yourself accountable, right? So if I'm saying like, okay, I'm going to speak about confidence, this means that I have to make sure that I'm doing everything that I said I'm going to do. If I'm telling people to bet on yourself, then I damn sure better be betting on myself behind the scene. Right? If I'm telling you right now to step into confidence, to step into visibility, to launch your voice, your presence, your value, I better be showing up online, right? I better be creating my content. I better be showing you what it takes to show up, right? So, can you trust yourself to be a woman of integrity, to stick to your word, to do what you say you're going to do? That's that sometimes is a scary thing, right? Because you have to hold yourself accountable. No one is going to do it for you. Can you trust yourself to know, to learn what it takes, that you have everything within you to learn what it takes to build true value, to share your value, to build a true presence, to build your personal brand, to build whatever it is that you are working to build? If you want to launch yourself to receive opportunities, to attract more opportunities, if you want to launch yourself so that you can build a business and sell your products and services, if you want to grow a community, whatever it is that you desire to receive from as a result of your launching yourself, can you trust yourself enough to learn what it takes to see it through? Okay. So self trust is a huge, 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 huge thing. This is the core part of confidence, is the ability to trust yourself. Okay, so this is going to help you step into visibility with confidence. It's just learning to trust yourself. Can you trust yourself to be committed? Can you trust yourself to live in integrity? Can you trust yourself to learn what it takes? And if you can trust yourself, then you will be fine. You will be fine. And so now I'm going to get into the fifth part of my confidence blueprint. And so the fifth part is to get crystal clear on your vision so that you can keep your vision high and your fears and insecurities low. When you can get crystal clear on the vision that you see for yourself, the vision that you see for your voice, that you see for your presence. So, what I mean by this is like, let's say you want to have a business, or you have a business and you want to receive more income through your products and your services selling, and you know that visibility plays a huge part in you being able to sell your products, right? Keep that vision high, right? Keep the vision of like, ooh, I'm gonna have, my products are gonna be selling. Customers are gonna love my products. Customers are gonna love my services, over the fear of judgment, over the fear of embarrassment, over the fear of failing, over the fear of, content flopping, whatever it is. You want to keep the vision high, okay? Because confident women, we focus on the vision that serves us best. That is going to help you show up into visibility confidently. If you can keep the vision of yourself, right? The opportunities that you want to receive, if you want to become a speaker. So when I launched my podcast, the vision that I have for myself is, people life changing, women coming onto my podcast to speak, having guest interviews, right? Having, people tell me how life changing the podcast helped them, or me building connections, me meeting friends, making friends through my visibility. I allow that vision to keep me high and to keep my anticipation, to keep my excitement towards my goal, my confidence towards what I want to achieve, and keep my fears low. That overpowered it. We get to decide to focus on the vision that is going to serve us best. Because let's say I had the vision of no one's going to listen to me. No one's going to want to hear what I have to say. The content's going to flop. I'm going to look stupid. It's going to be hard for for me to get people onto my show. If I allowed that vision to win, my podcast would have never been launched when it launched. I would never be this confident to show up online and speak now. All the stories that you may be telling yourself right now, I want you to wash that out with the stories of life, with the stories of your vision. What is the vision that you have for yourself that you want to create? Your personal brand, your visibility. What do you want to gain from this? Job opportunities, a business you want to build, right? You want to attract speaking opportunities, sponsorships. Like what is it that you want to receive? A large community? Like you get to build this. You get to see this. You get to visualize that. You get to allow that visualization of what is available for you and to you to overpower the what if no one listens to my content? What if what if I fail? What if my friends from high school see this? From 20 years ago, from 10 years ago, from 5 years ago, from 3 years ago? What if my family sees this? Right? You get to allow that vision to impact you most. Remember, focus on the vision that serves them best. Is either a vision of life or a vision of death. One of them is going to bring you life, and one of them is going to bring you non-movement. Is going to bring you no life. So we want to focus on the vision that's going to bring you life. Okay. And so that is going to help you launch your presence, launch your value, launch your voice with confidence. This is my confidence blueprint. Okay. So gain clarity. What is it that you want to be known for? Number 2, gaining clarity on what you want to say. Number 3 is seeing yourself as a gift. Believing that you are a gift to your audience, that your voice is a gift, that your value is a gift, that your presence is a gift. This is going to help you show up. Number 4 is self-trust, activating self-trust. Can you trust yourself? If you can trust yourself, you can show up confidently. And number 5 was getting clarity on the vision, using the vision that you want to bring to life to activate the courage, to overcome, to have victory over all the fears, all the insecurities, all the imposter syndromes, all the negative things that you think can go wrong. You want to use that vision that you have for yourself as activation. Use it to activate your confidence, to activate your audacity, to help you show up and fully launch yourself. Your voice needs to be heard. Your value needs to be felt and heard. Your presence needs to be experienced. Alrighty. And so these are 5 things that I also teach inside of my Queen's Launch program. Okay. It's a 6-week program, 101, where you launch yourself online with confidence. What that means for you is that you launch your voice, your value, and your presence, positioning you to profit from your voice, from your value, from your presence with desired opportunities and income. Because increased opportunity and income are dramatically more likely to go to the women who are the most valuable and the most visible. And so If you desire to do so, then I want to welcome you to Queen's Launch. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the description box for you to grab if you feel like calling your name. And so, ladies, that is it for today's video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.